Hello everyone, Ashley with Amare. So today we're gonna get some clarification on some things. First of all, if you're listening on the podcast, please join us on Instagram for more content. If you are on Instagram, join us on Spotify to listen to the video recordings so that you don't have to watch the whole video and you can just listen. The link for Spotify and Anchor for our podcast is in the bio. Also, if you guys need supplies post-surgery and want to know how to use them, or if you have supplies and need to know how to use them, the link for that is also in the bio, our post-op shop. Okay, now that the intro is done, today we're going to get some clarification. You know how I feel about squeeze massage. It's illegal. I have several postings of it being illegal and actual orders from the state of Florida stating that it is illegal to do squeeze massage, as well as it is here in New Jersey, New York, and California. People still do it. Yes, we know this. One of the reasons you guys tell me you get squeeze massage or you need desperately to get squeeze massages because it gets the fluid out. What are you talking about? What fluid are you talking about? Okay, so a lot of you say that it's the fluid after surgery, right? Or the fluid that they put in during surgery, but you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. The fluid they put in during surgery is called tumescence. It's a mixture of, I'm looking at the plastic surgery textbook to give you the exact mixture of what tumescence is. Now, first and foremost, every doctor does their tumescence fluid the way they do it. It could be, a different combination of various, of these things in different ratios. So it's epinephrine, saline, lidocaine, and sodium bicarbonate. And why do they put this fluid in during surgery? So this fluid is to fill up your body, basically. One, it helps dislodge the fat, so when they go in for liposuction, it comes out with the fluid. They're sucking the fluid in your fat out. That's one. Two, it acts as a vasoconstrictor. What that means is it helps prevent a lot of bleeding during the liposuction itself. Three, it helps with pain. It helps moderate the pain because of the lidocaine and things like that. It kind of numbs you a little bit better. So tumescence is usually used, or that fluid is usually used when you're doing power-assisted lipo, water-assisted lipo. They do it a lot of times when you're awake or in that twilight. They'll fill you up with the tumescence and then go in there with the cannula to suck all the fat out, help dislodge it. It helps a lot with the damage from the cannula for lipo. So you're not going in there and ripping up everything because the fat's floating in this tumescence fluid and you're having the vasoconstriction for the blood loss. So let's get to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna close this book. It's time for some real talk. You guys, and I hope these videos help educate you in some way. You are completely uneducated about the process of liposuction. You have no idea what the hell's going on. You got no clue. All you know is they take the fat out. You don't know the technicalities. You don't know the type of liposuction you're getting. You don't know how many cc's of lipo you're getting sucked out. All you know is if you're in twilight, you're seeing the fat go through this little tube thing into a canister. You're like, oh, look, fat. And you're all like, oh, it's so cool. Okay, great. But you don't know what the hell's going on. Because when I ask you, okay, what kind of lipo was it? You say 360. No. Lipo 360 means they did 360 degrees around your body. All the way from front to back, belly button to spine, all the way around your body. That's all 360 means. That is not a type of liposuction. What machine did they use? Was it a laser lipo? Was it using ultrasound? Was it using radio frequency? Did they use tumescence? I hope they did, because most people do. Most surgeons do. You guys have no idea what the hell's going on. So when I ask you, or when you tell me and you call the office and you're like, yeah, I need the fluid out of me, and you're thinking swelling, that's not at all what you're saying. So couple things. When you get liposuction done, right, they usually will leave a couple incisions open, and for the first 48 hours, you're bleeding through those incisions and all this fluid is coming out of you. That is tumescence coming out of you with some blood and stuff like that. That is not swelling, first of all. Second of all, when they do the liposuction, again, they're suctioning out a lot of that tumescence, but your body is either one, naturally expelling the rest of it over a 48-hour or 72-hour period, sometimes 3 days, 72 hours, depending on how much. Your body is naturally expelling that tumescence fluid through your incision holes that are open, which is why they leave them open, is so that that tumescence fluid comes out. That is not drainage. That is not lymph fluid. That is not swelling. That is the tumescence they put in there to numb you and help dislodge the fat. Number one. Number two, sometimes most of your incisions will be closed or stitched up, and then sometimes they'll leave like one open, or they'll only put one stitch in an incision hole so that it's still leaking, but it's stitched closed. Then they'll go in and remove the stitch a couple, weeks later, or so on and so forth. Usually what I have seen is that if it is a black removable stitch, stitches that are clear are generally, and I say generally because this is not always the case, do not take this as medical advice first and foremost. I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse, I'm not the one performing your surgery. I do all the post-op care. So usually a thinner, clear, transparent type of stitch is dissolvable. Those do not get cut or removed. Your body is supposed to dissolve those, and I'll do a whole video on how that works. I actually think I have a video about incisions and how that works. I also talk about it in the wound care video. How that whole dissolving stitch process works. So you guys can check that out. When they put those in, those are meant to stay there. Do not touch them. Do not take them out. Their doctor will tell you they're dissolvable. Leave them alone. A nylon stitch, a black stitch, generally, generally, and you'll have to ask your surgeon about this. Those are to be cut and removed at a certain point when your skin has healed. So the stitch that holds your drain in place, if you've ever had a drain or you're looking at a JP drain or you're getting tummy check, is usually when they use JP drains, or if you're getting over 4 liters of lipo, they use JP drains, which is like the bulb that you get, the drain that is after your surgery. That will be held in place so it doesn't slide out of your body by a stitch that needs to be snipped, and then the drain just slides out of your body. The only thing holding it in there is that stitch. So those are the types of stitches that need to be cut. Generally, what they will do, again, I've seen this when they do liposuction and they leave you with either with holes that are open so that tumescent fluid comes out, or they'll put one, like they won't really close it, but they'll have a stitch there so it's not like a busted open hole, and you'll leak out of that. That leaking is not lymph fluid. That leaking is not swelling. That is the tumescent fluid and blood from surgery that happens up to 48 hours after. Now, let's say you guys and your crazy post-op fanatic listening to YouTube University and TikTok all over the goddamn place with unprofessional, unlicensed practitioners who know nothing about medical stuff. Let's say your body somehow does have that fluid still trapped inside after that 72-hour period, right? Your tissue absorbs that and you pee it out through your lymph system. You don't squeeze that out of your body. You're not reopening your incisions to squeeze that out of your body. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you coming to me and telling me you need fluid pushed out of you, again, as we know, is illegal. Think about this. If that tumescent fluid is meant to numb you because it has lidocaine in it, why are you trying to push that out 48 hours after? You're then taking out the thing that is trying to help control your pain. You're squeezing the crap out of your body, breaking tissue, and taking out the painkiller from your body that your doctor used for your lipo. What? Absolutely not. No. And then you wonder why you're screaming in pain during these squeeze massages. Because the thing that has the lidocaine in it and the epinephrine in it that's helping your body to control the pain, you're squeezing out of you like the same day or the next day. No, stop, no. So those are my 2 points on that. Now, when you guys, again, back to the original point, call me and say, or call the office and speak to Happy Alex and say, I need this fluid pushed out of me. Okay, well, how far along are you? I'm like 2 to 3 weeks out, and I've gotten 15 squeeze massages already. How much fluid tumescence do you think they put in your body? What? No. If you've gotten squeezed 15 times and there's still stuff coming out, they are breaking tissue and you are bleeding and they're pushing blood out of your body. That's not tumescent fluid. That's blood. That's gross. Ew, please stop. No. So again, that makes no sense, no logical sense at all if you break it down and you think about it. So again, tumescent fluid is used for liposuction. almost all the time. There are, again, different techniques and things like that. When you're doing vasor lipo or something like that, again, this tumescent fluid is filling up your body, helping to dislodge the fat, helping to control your pain, helping to control your bleeding. The cannula that goes in gently just has a hole on the end. There's no like cheese grater thing. If you guys ever seen a picture of a cannula, and I will post them next week so that you can kind of reference and see what I'm talking about. If you've ever seen a picture of a cannula, it looks like a little needle with a hole on the end and a cheese grater on the side. Or it's like metal that's like carved so that it like cuts up inside of you as you're going in back and forth with the lipo rod, basically. When you have different kinds of lipo, like vasor and things like that, the cannulas are a little different. They're not as rough on the body because you have that tumescent fluid in you that's helping to dislodge the fat, or you're using radio frequency to liquefy it, or you're doing some kind of assistance with the liposuction so that the fat is either emulsified or broken down or more watery and liquid rather than granular. Think about granola versus like yogurt. You want it to be yogurt so you don't have as much trauma to the body. So that's a little bit about why they do it. Like I said, every surgeon is different. You need to ask your surgeon about the tumescent fluid. Ask them, how long should I expect this to stay in my body? What do I do with this? How long is it going to help control the pain? Stuff like that. And this is why, you guys, after surgery, after liposuction, you're like, I felt good and I wasn't swollen and I looked so flat and I looked so great. Or you freak out because you need like, which nobody tells you, you need like incontinence pads, or like some people use like dog pee-pee pads so that when you're sleeping and the fluid starts naturally expelling from your incision holes the way it's meant to, you don't make a giant mess. And then you guys see all the blood and you're like, oh my God. Yeah. So some of that is blood. A lot of that is the tumescent fluid coming out of you. It is coming out of those incision holes. That is not drainage of swelling. That is not any kind of thing you need to be pushing out of your body. That is not how that works. Otherwise, every surgeon would be saying, come back to my office tomorrow, we need to get the tumescent fluid out of you. Now, granted, if you have a problem, if your surgeon says that, that's something that you and him talk about. That is not something you go to somebody who barely speaks English and can barely explain to you any medical knowledge about the body post-op, and is going to tell you, oh, we gotta get this fluid out of you, sweetheart. Why? What is it? Why? Why are you taking things out of my body? Why? They can't tell you. Because they don't know, because they're unlicensed, because they don't have any of this knowledge. They don't even know what the fluid is. They're then going to tell you it's swelling. Really, really good red flag for looking for therapists. If somebody's doing squeeze massage on you and they say they need to get the fluid out of your body, ask them what fluid they're talking about. Because if they're telling you swelling, that is not at all how that works. And if you don't know how that works with swelling post-op in your body and how it's supposed to be healed and come out of your body naturally through your urine, I have tons of videos on it. I have tons of recordings on it. Hop over to YouTube or Instagram, hop over to Spotify and get some education on it. But if that person is telling you, oh, honey, I need to squeeze this fluid out of you. You have so much fluid inside of you from surgery. That is not how that works. The plastic surgery textbook for high definition body sculpting, that is not how that works. Now, another fun fact. I had a client who actually brought this up to me, which is what sparked this topic. She's the one who told me that someone told her that and it was wrong. And I was like, how do you know that? Like, where'd you get that information from? And she said she Googled. She Googled what the fluid is that they put in during liposuction and found that it was tumescence. Then she Googled the word tumescence and she found the structure of the fluid. And then she Googled again even more down the rabbit hole, doing actual medical research, not listening to some rando on TikTok or YouTube, doing actual medical research to find out what this fluid is and how it's supposed to come out of the body. I'm also going to post on Monday. I did the same thing. I did a little Google, quick 2 seconds. Couple things I found out about from Real Self, which is very conflicting. Listen, please be careful with Real Self. That video is coming, I promise. Couple things down there where doctors and surgeons were saying the tumescent fluid leaves your body naturally through your incision holes or gets absorbed back into your body and you pee it out. That is how that works. It's a natural process. You can find it online. Physicians are saying this. The plastic surgery textbook is saying this. So these people out here who are trying to tell you that you, or you're just like making things up in your head because you're on these surgery groups and other girls are making things up in their head, that this fluid is in you from surgery 4 weeks out. No, you're swelling that's trying to heal your broken tissue is what's in you that we need to process through your body by gentle hands-on manual lymphatic drainage. Dry hands on dry skin, gentle pumping motion, not oil, not rubbing, not squeeze massage, not lipocavitation, not radio frequency, none of this crazy crap, wood therapy, cupping, none of it. No. The swelling is completely separate from tumescent fluid that they put in your body during the process of liposuction to assist with the liposuction itself. That is a completely different thing. So when you're 4 weeks out and you're like, oh, all this fluid inside of me must be from surgery. Yes and no. It's not from what they put in there. It is from your body trying to heal the broken tissue. It's swelling due to the trauma from the liposuction. It's swelling due to the removal of fat. It's swelling in your tissue and under your skin, not fluid floating around in your body post-op. That's not how that works. So this is me clarifying a little bit on this whole fluid situation, because we got a couple calls this week, and then that client came into my office and was like, I learned something. Is this correct? Can you verify this for me? Because I know Google can be a very conflicting place, but I found out these things, from different medical journals and articles, and I wanted to verify. Mind you guys, if you're going to do any research on the interwebs, do not read some article blog post somebody wrote, especially if they didn't cite the actual article they got from their information from. Go to PubMed, read medical journals, read actual controlled studies. Especially when you're doing post-op research. Do not go listening to TikTok, YouTube University, and randos blog posts. No. And this is the number one reason anytime you call, we direct you guys to my Instagram videos where I'm pulling out the plastic surgery textbook. We direct you to the YouTube where these videos are uploaded. We direct you to the Spotify where the audios are. I'm not telling you to go read what I wrote on my website. I'm not telling you to go read something I just posted on a blog. We used to have a blog a while ago. Maybe 2 years ago. And in the blog, I would post the exact articles and medical journals as to where I got the medical information from to show the actual studies. Because again, it needs to be medically based. This is a medical procedure. You're going through something medical. So if you're going to do your research and you're looking at lymphatic drainage, go to PubMed.com, type it in, or watch my videos, or read the actual Vater Manual Lymphatic Drainage, book that I showed you guys 2 weeks ago. There are actual reputable sources for you to do research. When you come in and you tell me you want fluid, or you call and you say you want fluid pushed out of you because you need to get the fluid out because you're in so much pain. Well, actually, if that fluid was the tumescence, you wouldn't be in so much pain because it's a local anesthetic because of the lidocaine in there. So that doesn't add up. Nor does it add up that you have to have it pushed out of you because it's meant to be in there for killing your pain and helping you function after surgery. So no, that is not what that is. And that's not how that works. So this was just a little clarification for you guys. Please stop listening to randos on the TikTok with no based medical knowledge, as I say in every video. So that's it. If you guys have questions, if you are still swollen 4 weeks out, if say 4 months out, even, and you think you have fluid in you and you think it's from surgery and you don't know why, call our office, 732-841-0142. If you DM me or my team who answers the Instagram DMs, if you DM us and try to throw a million questions at us and set up a virtual right then and there, or ask a bunch of questions that no one can answer because we have no idea who you are, we are going to tell you. Please call our office, 732-841-0142 for more information. And then when you call the office and you're expecting immediate answers, we're going to tell you, please set up a virtual, which is why you called the office, so that I can speak to you directly and give you proper information because I have no idea who you are. So give us a call. Figure out, if you need a pre-op or post-op virtual, what you got going on. Alex will be happy to help you set that up and get you on my schedule, 732-841-0142. And check out the links in our bio, the link to the YouTube where all these videos are, the link to the Spotify where all these video audios are, and our post-op shop for your supplies so you guys can figure out what you need. I also have videos on every single supply and how to use it and why to use it and what it's for and medically what it helps with. So guys, thank you very much. I will see you all next week. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.